Hey guys, what's going on? Good morning. Welcome to our morning note. It is Tuesday, September 15th, half of the month done. Welcome aboard. GAR Capital YouTube channel. You got it locked in right now. Bottom right hand corner. Don't forget, bottom right hand corner, click it to subscribe to our channel, like and subscribe to our channel. Make sure to comment and turn on notifications. We really do appreciate it. Again, we want to gain more viewers so we can do more live trading and some really cool content. Again, any kind of suggestions, feel free to type below in the comments, and we'll be more than happy to look at it and weigh the possibility of actually doing what you think is best. This channel is for you, again, to help you. All right, so good morning. Happy Tuesday. Let's talk market, shall we? Dow Jones futures up 230 points as we continue the upside. Nasdaq up 132. S&P futures up 0.88% above 3,400. It's a key level. We're going to go ahead and go over that in a second. And we have crude oil, Russell 2000 futures up 1%. We had the IWM calls yesterday. Crude oil up 1%, 37.57 a barrel. Needs to get over a 40. Bitcoin futures are up as well, 2.4%. Gold futures up 0.62%. Watch gold as the Fed reports on Wednesday. Silver futures up 1.11%, 27.66 an ounce. Euro dollar for my forex people up 11 pips, 118.74, and dollar yen 105.39, down 32 pips currently. Dollar index right now is down 0.14%, and the VIX at 25.11, down 2.86%. Okay, so futures are green. So let's go and take a look at that together. There's a really couple levels I really want you to look at. It's very, very important. I love the fact that right now we're above the 200-day moving average. I talked about that yesterday. I was expecting chop, but man, did we bid up. And that's a really good sign, obviously. As you know, I've said hashtag stay bullish, but again, when it comes to trading, tread lightly. So we're above the 200-day moving average currently. 9:30 is where we usually sell off in the morning with the U.S. cash session. So I'm always wary of futures right at 9:30. But again, above the 200-day moving average, that's a really solid sign. That tells me it's a change in trend on the hourly. So what are some levels you want to look at? 34.14 is a very, very big level to me. You can see that level that did not break twice. So I guess you could call it a double top if you want, even though the candle did not settle. It was just a wick. But 34.14, a clean break. Then you got a level of 34.36. Then you got 34.73. Once you really retake those levels, 3,500 and above, you're really clear there. We will basically retrace all the drop there. So if you really want to play it in a Fibonacci way, very close to the current time frame, you can. So we could do it together. And this will kind of give us a way to take a look at the current level. So let's do a retrace from the previous drop, which is right around 34.75. And then I could do a zero level right at 32.86, which is the low point of the hourly. And you could see right we're kissing the 61.850. The good news is that we're above the 50% level, the 50% retrace on just the initial flush from last Friday. So, the Friday before, excuse me, 2 Fridays ago. So that was that second leg of that drop that we had from the beginning of the month. So again, these are important levels to look at. You see the 61.8 fib. Again, that's a big level that I was talking about, that double top, 34.14. If we break that, 34.35, again to the T, and then 34.75, which would be your next level, like I talked about. And then 161.8 extension would be above 35.76, which is the all-time high. The good news, 34.01 is above the previous all-time high in February. So this is still very bullish. It's a very good sign to me. Again, I like these kind of moves in futures. I like the fact that we retraced. I talked about that this drop was bullish to me. Profit taking is completely normal in a bull market to me. I've seen it before. And again, I still think we're in the analog of 2009 in the economic recovery phase. We're not in the depression phase or recession phase. Again, that's just my take on it. So I think you stay bullish. I've been buying dips. Obviously, since the market's green, I won't be buying stock. That's just the way I run it when it comes to watching the markets. Give me 1 second here. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here at the next level. I'm going to go ahead and just keep those fibs levels for here for now. The next thing here everyone was asking me about is Tesla. Looking at Tesla here, you can see 439, nice clean break of the 786 pip above the 200-day, another bullish level. So what is the next level you can take a look at? There's one level, one other call I want to take a look at. It's the 500 calls for this week. That would be a nice lotto. So take a look at that. Make sure you have the volume before you play it. Make sure that the number or the actual price is within your risk parameters because it is a lotto. I think the 500 calls, again, you don't need to hit 500 in order to get these calls. It'll be the same week. It's a Tuesday. Again, I think we could get there, but I would probably wait a little more. Let's see if we get to above 442.48. You see that last settlement there, 442.48. Just a couple of bucks more. It'll make me feel a little better about going about for those 500s. But again, I've been buying Tesla on dips with our investment club, and it's looking very strong for us. Now, let's talk about Apple before we start taking questions. Apple, I have the 120 calls with our students that we played last week, and looks like we're going to probably hit them. 1 o'clock today, 1 o'clock is the Apple product announcement. I think they will be announcing the new Apple bundle, the new Apple Watch, the iPad, the HomePod, but nothing on the phones, nothing confirmed. Now, Apple does like to surprise. I think today they will reveal the phones. It may not be public, but they will reveal the phones. This is my call. Bloomberg says they won't. Some other bloggers say they won't. I think they will. Now, they're probably smarter than I am when it comes to Apple, since that's all they research. But as a gut feeling, knowing the company and they've done this before, I say they're going to go ahead and do it because might as well do it now. It'll be live stream on apple.com, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be watching and live tweeting. So if you're interested on updates in regards to Apple and their products, I will be live tweeting. GAR Capital is the Twitter handle. It is public, so feel free to give us a follow, give us a like, or retweet anything, any of our stuff. We try to keep you up to date when it comes to the news. So I'll be live tweeting during the deal. For 118.46 currently, the 115 calls had tons of volume. The 120 calls had tons of volume for this week. I'm holding the 120 calls. I've been buying dips on Apple. I'm very, very happy so far with this price action. So that's where we are currently. Again, I still think it's a really great sign that we're out of the above the 200-day on E-mini futures. We're close to the 200-day on Nasdaq. I will take a look at that with you. You can see that we're inching up closer to that level. Again, your 200-day on Nasdaq is 111,455. I may go long on this, but again, I will check with my team and see what they want to do. But again, very good stuff. Take a look at Tesla 442.49. If we break above that, then the 500 calls on Tesla should be a pretty nice lotto. Pre-market movers, Tesla is up 4.71%. Roku up 3.44%. I do own those shares. Lennar is down 3.67%. Carnival is down 2.69%. Let's see here. Norwegian is up about 0.34%. American Airlines up 0.91%. Nvidia up 3% as well. AMD is red today, curiously enough. Microsoft up 1.21%. Virgin Galactic up 1.5%. Facebook up 1.65%. And Delta Airlines up 1%. So pretty good stuff. So for some reason, I'm not seeing the live chat here. So I don't know what is going on. Let's see if I can pull out the pop-out chat. Okay. So again, I apologize. It didn't come up, guys. My bad. It's not showing my screen, the pop-up chat, so I went ahead and opened another window. So now I can see your questions. So I was like, wow, no one's asking questions. All right, cool. So good morning. Good morning, Petron boy. Thoughts on Shopify. I have not bought Shopify yet. I'm waiting for below 900, and then I'm going to go ahead and buy it. So I have the alert below 899. I do like it long term, but haven't bought it yet. But again, you can see just a downward wedge here. Again, looks like 900 could be tapped, so I'd wait for that level. Will Apple hit 150 by the end of October? You know what? That's a really good question. I actually have some 150 calls that I did personally for October. I think we do. I think we get around 140 on Apple. I'm going to go ahead and bring it up here. Let me see if I can bring up the daily here on Apple. Let me go and bring up the hourly instead so we can see the fibs. Yep, we need to retake that 119.38. I think 120 does break. Then after that, 128.48. Once you get over that, then I do think about at least 140 will get hit by October. I hope so. I got calls 131. Everyone and their mama got a new phone with their stimulus. Well, I know I'm going to get the new phone because I have to have it. Thoughts on NIL? Let's go ahead and take a look at NIL together. NIL, looking at it, it's pretty much a chop range here on the hourly, but again, it is sloping up, which is a nice sign. So again, it's a couple levels I would say you want to look at. You can see this initial drop here, and then this another rejection here. So right around 20. 20 is a big level. If 20 does break, then I would probably buy some calls, but until then, I would wait. Lots of Snowflake IPO this week. I know Warren Buffett's buying it. There's so much competition on the cloud. I'd have to do my research on IPO, on the IPO first. Thoughts on buying Apple calls at the open? We definitely could. I want to take a look at the volume and see from there. Obviously, volume is very important to me. Looking at Alibaba, I had some Alibaba calls this week. Probably going to go red. Probably get hit. It is up $3 pre-market. Big range you need to break. You need to break that 200-day moving average, guys. 21.45. Again, we talked about the 200-day moving average as your break of trend in the hourly. Apple's not there yet. Baba's not there yet. Even the Nasdaq's not there yet. Thoughts on DAL? Okay, DAL I do own, and I do like this price action. Again, it is slightly breaking out, which is very nice. Let's see if we can get that continuation and maybe buy some calls. Thoughts on Chewy? Chewy, I believe, is the pet store. It is down definitely from the highs of 74.84 down to 53. It's looking pretty bearish here because it's been just struggling at the support level here. Question is, does it break? So again, you're down below the 50, 49.97. It could retrace to that level and then it could bounce there. So if you're looking to buy some Chewy, I would wait for 49.47. Well, IMMU fall after that. Okay, so your IMMU is the one that I believe Gilead bought. Again, it was like 100% day. Usually, when you have these kind of moves, just keep in mind that they do retrace a bit. So again, you can see just straight parabolic shot and faded to close. 84.40 right now. If you want to play puts, I would not. I would just kind of wait it out. Don't even touch that thing. Alibaba just talked about it. Thoughts on Facebook? Facebook, again, you can see just like tech, kind of sloping down, but again, it is grinding higher slowly. Again, way far from the 200-day. I would like it to be above the 100-day first. I have a level above 276.60 before buying any kind of calls on it. Thoughts on NVIDIA? NVIDIA, we got into yesterday, and the team is still holding it. So we're looking at it here. Again, above the 200, above the 100, above the 50. It's very strong, and it looks like it's breaking out. Good morning. Thoughts on space? I love space long term. Space is moving, but in order to buy calls, 1838 is the level you want. Thoughts on ZM or ZM calls? 420 above the 410 level. You can see 411 here above the moving averages. I do like that. It is currently moving. Let's see if we can get a continuation, but 420s are not a bad call. I actually think that's a really nice call. Microsoft calls into October. Well, no TikTok, and the market didn't hate it, which is fine by me. Way below the 200-day. We need to break that 100-day moving average. Like I said, 210 would be a really good level for me. Again, October is when they'll report earnings, so we'd have to see that. But again, looking at this chart completely, it is still a bearish chart. Thoughts on Netflix long term has been trading down. Roku versus Netflix, better prospect based on current price. I own both. Take a look at Netflix. Netflix, again, just like Microsoft, curring down, again, the big cap tech names. If I had to pick one for more explosive growth long term, I'd go with Roku. Roku does not create content. It doesn't cost them that much. Netflix has to create content, more cash burn. So I would say I love both. I own both, but I think Roku is probably the better play. Is Netflix at a good point to start a position? If you're talking about long term, yeah, actually, it's pretty solid. I may just have to add here. It's actually not bad. 478 would be a pretty decent level to add some. So maybe just wait for that. 478, 475. That's not a bad level to add some Netflix. How do we play Nike? New all-time high. When it comes to options and Nike options do not move as quick. That's why I don't like it. It's not a momentum name. But again, I own shares. It was one of our top 10 stocks of 2020. So I do love it long term, and I love the fact they're at all-time highs. If you do want to buy it, I would wait for about 117. You'll probably get a pullback here and there, at least some kind of profit taking. So I would wait for about 117 to go ahead and buy some. If you wanted to buy here, initiate a position, I'd wait for 117. If you wanted to add to your shares, I would still just wait. Tesla thoughts. Again, Tesla, I like the 500 calls, but let's wait for that break of 442.49. The 500 calls would be a nice little lotto, so maybe you can go half position depending on the cost. Hey, good morning, Real Madrid. Yep. QQQ, again, NASDAQ needs to break the 200-day, which is right at 280.78. We need $2 more. If you wanted to play NASDAQ to the upside, you could. You'd have to target the 280s. And I just already talked about Zoom. All right. That's a lot of questions. Awesome. I'm glad you guys are participating. you have any other questions, feel free to comment below, like and subscribe our videos. Really do appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. Happy Tuesday. I'll be live tweeting at 1 p.m. regarding the Apple conference. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow for the morning note. Have a great Tuesday, and we'll talk to you soon, guys.